Live and direct. we were supposed to be live and direct, but the Babylonian don't like us, I think, and they're fighting the good vibes. That's what we promote, good vibes with reggae music and stuff. And I got we were supposed to do this interview live and direct on the TRU-MON show, but I have to do it with Skype. I just want to tell people before we go on with our stuff. My brother, yes, Rasta will day, it's with me.
Yes,
yeah.
I respect, greetings and love. Rastafari, blessings to each and every one.
It's an honor to receive you on the TRU-MON show. Like I said, it's not streaming live, but it will be uploaded to the TRU-MON show because I got a strike. I tried, I really don't know what happened there. I just tried to upload, update the description of the video of the live stream that I had with YouTube. I put your description, your biography, and then I went to put the iTunes link, and I think that's what was the problem.
Didn't work.
But then I went to my other channel, and I tried the same thing without the link. Again, a strike. I'm like, what is that? They're after me? What is that? They're after us? So I was like,
Rasta
you know,
and reggae.
But I think it's just maybe we push too much good vibes.
Yeah, too many vibes. You know, people is scared of this. Especially institutions and these things.
But you know what? They can't stop us.
No way. No way, Rasta. No
we're
way.
still here and we're still going to have that interview for sure. That great reasoning. It has to be a pleasure for me to receive you. It's an honor. And it's every person I have the chance to interview or to reason with, it's a blessing big time. It's you know, life will reward you in many ways once you open your heart, and you say it in one of your songs, Home, that I was freaking out about. Art is the home, you know, our art is the home, yes, and that's where everything happens, so that's what we must open. We must, like, release a bit the fear and
you are
stuff.
Rewarded every day.
Yeah.
You know, this is what we love to highlight. You know, it's not that we promise that in the next life or in the future, at the end of your days, you will be rewarded. You are rewarded every day, you know, and from you see the light. This is a daily thing. So
just to see the light, you know, because there's so. I think I've passed my part of my life in darkness for sure. We're all a bit into the dark until we start to open our eyes, open our heart to life, and seek a little bit more. Reality than fantasy, because that's what I seek is reality. You seek reality, you know, fantasy of Babylon. We can care less. Like that.
This is what happens to everybody, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have the blessing of being born within a context, you know, and an environment which is positive, so you can start seeing the light from the very first stage of your life. But sometimes we are less fortunate, and we may approach life in a different way. We may go through sufferings and tribulations, and it's not easy, you know. It's not easy to answer with love, you know. It's generally you answer with violence to violence. You answer, you know, you give what you receive, and this we know that it ends up with tragedies, and it's not leading us nowhere positive.
No,
so
not,
this is what we always try to promote, you know, and love is the answer. But it's a daily, again, as before. Also, this is a daily practice. It's something that you have to cultivate and you know, to care for every day.
Yeah, and recognize your worst enemy where it is too. That's very important. It's not outside of you; it's within you. And once you conquer those demons that hold you back, and you just start to rise and rise, man, and it's just a kind
redemption.
Yeah, it's a redemption. Yeah, that's it, and salvation or whatever they call it. But you know, it's you create something, a living soul. That's what I tell all the time. It's very important to create a living soul here on earth. We're not just here to watch TV. We're here to create living souls, inspire each other, and you know, getting in touch, reaching out to each other, because we need each other for survival. It's very, very important.
Yes, my brother.
Italian connection. connection for sure. Rasta will be.
Again.
I had Lion D, Pierre Audred.
Yes.
I had a lot of. Hold on, Raphael, I was supposed to add in, but it's a big reggae connection in Italy. Huh? What about that? What do you get from the reggae vibes in Italy? I think it's very strong.
Yeah, well, you know, Lion D. You mentioned people that I'm really connected with, you know, because Lion, Raphael, and Piero. Even though with Piero there is not the same type of relationship, just because we didn't share so much as we did with Lion D, especially, and then also with Raphael.
Lion D, you went on tour with him for a while, also.
Yeah, we've been growing together in the music, you know, and so it's a very special connection. We had the same producer, Bizzarri, which was active till last year or a couple of years ago. Now the whole vibe has moved to California. I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
You know this part of the story.
Sugar cane,
sugar cane, and all the American vibe, which I really pray for Jah, you know, to bless this project, because it's really talented people. It's great and special souls before being artists.
It's beyond us. It's beyond ourselves. Once you go public like that, and you express, you start really remembering who you are, because it's to remember who you are, you know, before you start shining. Well, for sure, it's divine. It's divine.
It is a call, you know, brother. Yeah. It is a call. As Ante was saying, you know, I've been following also the interview, the very deep interview with the Bregin, as Ante was reasoning with you. It was nice, and give thanks again for the opportunity of sharing, you know, and this is not I don't feel this is an interview like a standard interview. It's like really meditating together and trying to connect different views, or, you know, like we know we are sharing the same
energy.
Yes, and we feel the same call at the same way, you know. So but we're living so far from each other. So this is a great opportunity to connect souls and to spread, you know, and to make meditation and energy flow. So give thanks again and again, you know.
But it's easy to connect with people, exactly. Once you realize that a man is just a man, a woman is just a woman, and we all have a heart, and we all have a good heart. So, you know, let's reach it. Home is the heart. Let's reach it.
Every time. That is the mission, you know.
It's hard because of the walls and the veil in front of us, the illusions in the world, and all kinds of stuff that come and brainwash us to think that we're grains of sand. That's pretty much what it is. That's how I did not say that to myself in my life, but unconsciously, you know, they put us in a reality that is so huge, and, you know, when it's in reality, the earth, I think, is probably all there is. The earth is probably all there is. I've never first party experienced something else than the earth. So, you know, it's to make us feel small and to take the power away from men. It's very important. How do they control us? It's by taking away our power, breaking our free will.
Divide and rule. Divide and rule.
That's it.
The strategy. Divide and rule.
That's divide and rule. That's it. But I think we have come to realize their plan. We're waking up, we can say. We're waking up.
That's why they stopped our live connections as they did today.
Yeah, because they know we're waking up, so now they go on YouTube. They see people that have platform on YouTube that speak truth, and, you know, that are not, because to me the truth is, okay, you can speak it, but it's mostly something that you live. You must live it, you know. You must live it up. Live it up.
Again,
you know?
It's a daily thing. Again. Yes, my brother.
It's a daily thing.
So we have to live our life daily.
And do something that we love. And you do reggae music because you love reggae music. I'm sure that's your thing. That's since the age of 14 also, eh?
Yes,
So
yes,
it's been
yes.
a
Now
while.
I see. Well, I'm not sure you can see it from there, but I have some white beard and things like this starting coming up, and I realize I'm not that young anymore. But the energy again, and the
But
spirit.
young. You cannot prevent getting older, but you don't have to get old.
Yes, yes,
That's two different things.
we live, and we really experience, once you experience the reggae and the life with reggae music, you know that reggae keeps you young. It preserves you from from getting old.
Exactly.
But you can become an elder, but not getting old. You know.
Exactly. Because also what I find is by living your truth, by living, by being you, by being yourself, without a mask, without something that society tell you.
Oh, Bregin, it's like you sound like you've listened to our combination, Azante and Rastewelde, Azante Amen and Rastewelde. Next combination is be true to yourself, but it has not been released yet. But you mentioned some key words of the song, even though you've never listened to it.
But that's the connection we had, me, you, Asante. That's what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all about being true to ourselves, having the courage, the strength of changing sometimes,
But you know what? Changing. Can you say you have really changed, or you're just being you? Like, sometimes I wonder if I have really changed, or I just see things differently and with more life, because I don't really.
Right. But then
change the state of mind. The state of mind, yeah.
I definitely agree. But then what is the complication with the life of an artist is that when you say things in a specific moment of your life, and then you put it on a song, that will be forever. You will be forever associated to that message, which is right, because you were yourself in that specific moment of your life.
Okay, I know what you mean. Yeah.
But then it doesn't have to put you in a cage, even if it's a golden cage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have to be we have many positive examples in this case, but of this, you have to be honest to yourself and true to yourself. And then again, if you are an artist, to your audience, to your fans, to your family, and saying, yes, I've moved to a different stage of my life.
Yeah.
So I see things now differently. Even if I've never changed, I will always be the same. But if you are true to yourself, you're always ready, without fear, to challenge yourself. You look at the mirror, you look at yourself, and you have to be proud of being what you are. Go out and just shine your own light. Not just pretending of being something that you are not, because that is very heavy. That is very heavy.
Many people walk pretending. That's the case of many of us, and that's probably why we have the state of the world we have. Is everybody's caught up in fantasy, and when you're married to the fantasy, it's like your vow of death. It's like, wake up, that's fantasy, the whole world. We can enumerate the stuff. I told you the list is long, but once you create, we're here to create our own reality, our own world together. We don't have to give in to the evil vibration.
No way.
That's what I say all the time, and we're so much powerful together, so much more powerful together, and pump good vibes, and and it's just to do your thing. Just do your thing, be yourself. The world will adjust. I've said stuff on YouTube, you should have seen what I said, but I say it. That's what I have on my heart. I just say things that I have on my heart,
right.
not so much on my mind. Like I was under the impression, tell me your opinion on that, but I was always under the impression that I had to speak my mind. But I think it's more speak my heart. Let the mid station of my heart be the words from my mouth.
And be accepted in thy sight.
Yeah.
If you look at it, it must be a combination of heart and mind.
Yeah.
It is a combination. In fact, the place where the combination of these things, you know, produce the sound now. It's exactly in the middle. It's exactly in the middle. So this is what we mean when we say word, sound, and power. You know, it's something that has always be. It has always be balanced. You know, you have to find a balance, and it's a natural. Sometimes it's natural if you allow yourself to make
because
the natural
self-oppression.
combination. You know, otherwise you decide what, you know, what is the type of balancing. But if it's a natural thing flowing, like this is what we have to try to, because then of course to say it is one thing, and then to live it is different. But and in the society where we're living in, it's every day more difficult, you know. But this doesn't have to prevent us, doesn't have to stop us. Otherwise, if also we give up, who is going to carry the positive message? Who is going to spread the positive vibrations? No one, bro.
I think it's all about taking responsibility for our life, ownership for our life, giving thanks for it. You know, I've been given a great opportunity to be alive and do something with my life, so why not do it? That's what I faced the mirror at one point. I said, hey, you're here for something. You're here for more than sit on the couch and be lobotomized. Like, I can bring something to the world. That the divinity, you know, if you don't see God at all, you don't see God at all. God is in everything. And that's how I see it. And man awaken is God a bit. That's how I see it too. Like, I'm not saying I'm God, but we're fractal of source for sure. I'm a fractal of the source.
We are part of the divine. Of the divine creation. Of course. And let me tell you this about this feeling the responsibility and carrying on the mission, because it is a mission.
Yeah.
I've recently been on tour with Asante, and you know, again, this is the connection that the great Rosie came to one of our show, and she felt that she needed to connect us, and this is the reason why.
Yeah, big up Rosie.
Every time, I 100% trust her. So I knew that this was. The type of relationship, of the feeling, of the vibrations that we would have together. So give thanks again. But I was telling you that it was quite a long time that I never toured with a brethren like Asante. It was Lion D before, right?
And it was in 2011, I think, no?
Well, from 11 till I would say 14.
Yeah, so a good 3 years.
Yeah, we've been together on the road many times together. But then I had my, you know, I had a period where synchronicity of events, I would say. While Bizarre was moving to California, I was more and more setting up my my roots in Ethiopia. So having a family, getting married in Shasha, having, you know, buying a little house there, and then at the same time working more and more with the university, starting from Addis Ababa University, Italian University. You know, I had different things going on in my life, and these, as I said, coincided with Bizarre and with Lion first, going to Jamaica and doing the great experience with Alborosi of the album and thing. I think so. You know, everyone has had his, I would say, not priority list, but agenda at that time. But not, you know, everything comes for a reason, with a reason. So I always see a reason behind those things, and I give thanks for what Lion is today. I also give thanks. I rejoice to see myself having offsprings, you know, having settled a little family of these Italian, Jamaican, Ethiopians, you know, nice identity. It will be a nice thing to see how their identity develops. But, you know, everything for a reason. So I was saying that for a while I didn't, you know, went on stage that often. I didn't record so much. You know, it was quite a long time that I didn't tour, as I said before, with the brethren. So now I had this opportunity with Asante. I was glad to, you know, to know that he was in Europe, that he had thought about me for some of the shows, and so we settled a nice program together with some promoters. You know, it was a nice experience. But one of the most powerful things that happened to me was that few people, very few people, but even if it was only one person saying that to me, that would have been worth, and same way. But few people came and told me, "TEWELDE, we're glad to see you again, because we grew up with your music. We've been growing up with your music, listening to your music." So that really made me, first, of course, thinking about the message of my music that I generally spread. I'm proud to say that I've never, you know, I was never forced to write songs which now I would regret, you know, about.
Yeah.
I've never, you know, I never had those summer heats or that's girls or you know, I like something that, thinking about the message, I say, of course, if you really grew up with my music, can't be anything negative. So I was, to be honest, to be true to myself, I was proud.
You have to take pride in yourself. You have to take pride in your work. You're not going to have a bunch of cheerleaders at your door. So you have to take pride in your work, for sure. You're going to have fans.
This was not in vain. I mean, I didn't waste my time. Even if, as I said before, even if it was only one person saying that, I didn't waste my time. If I could reach your heart to the point to say that you grew up with my music, not I used to listen to your music, to identify in a way with my words, with my message, with my feeling. Oh, that is whoa, much more than what I expected, you know. So these are the things that really gives you and gave me the right energy, of course, associated with the great and powerful vibe of Asante, which again reminded me the vibe with Lion. Yeah, you know, that nice relationship between brethren within I and I, as it was with Lion D. Like, you see and you live experiences not only together like physically, but it's a spiritual connection. Then you move physical, and that makes things nicer and sweeter. But you move spiritually first, and that is it's the foundation, the solid foundation we deal with, you know.
Because it's more than going on stage and doing shows. Like, it's a real connection. It's a spiritual connection. It must be very deep when you go on a mission, because you're like two guys on a mission. It's more than two guys going to make a show. To me, it's two guys on a mission.
That is the last part. That is the delivery part, which is not, which is important, very important, because then you have the opportunity, as Asante loves to say, to save souls. Like, practically speaking, you know, that is, so you have to focus on that same way. It's very important, very crucial time, not for you to show off and to show your nice clothes or your nice movements or the way you dance or the way you use your voice, but it's really to try to get there, because you don't have a lot of time. Advertising, false prophets have much more time than you. You have only 20 minutes on stage, or even if it's an hour, it's much less than what they get through the exposure to other and different things, other and different voices and vibes, you know. So we have limited time. We have to impact those souls. We have to go straight to their heart and their minds, you know, as we were saying, to balance. Also, we want to make people enjoy the show, so it has to be always a combination of different elements. Somebody say edutainment and things like this. I like the combination of things, the balance more than the combination. When things are well balanced. We don't want to sound boring. I don't want people to say, oh, again, TEWELDE, we'll talk about Ethiopia and Rastafari, and we have to live good. We don't have to use slackness, no, and all these things. I don't want to come like, you know, a moralizer. I don't come to judge. Only God will judge. You know,
you're not coming as a big daddy, you know, or comment il dit ça? It's Yannis Sudois says rabat-joie. I don't know what it is in English, but yeah, that's it. You're not going there to
I'm not going to use the road of
lecture people
on my fans. No way, because that is not the way of reaching your aim. If your aim again is to reach their heart, you know.
Because there's a lot of entertainers. Okay, there's lots of entertainers. Me, I see entertainment as something. You know, when you talk about entertained mind, you know, it's you enter a zone where you taint the mind of people. So you want to be a giver of good vibes and good energy and healing. Not so much an entertainer, like you said, going with your nice clothes, your nice move, your nice jewels and stuff. No, you want to reach the heart of people, and that's by being true. Because I see a lot of entertainers. Yeah, they're great. They're great reggae singers. They're great entertainers, but they're not the ones who reach my heart so much, you know, with the lyrics.
Yeah.
And they reach my heart with the good vibes, yeah, but the ones that reach my heart with the lyrics and it's a whole thing. It's an alignment thing. When I see a guy that's well aligned, he's not about self-obsession and stuff. I recognize that, man. So that tells me a lot, man.
And that is connected to what I was saying, you know. If I would be like a DJ, like on at the entertainment level, and that's it, I would have more people coming to me and saying, oh, I grew up listening to your music, but in the sense of I was growing up while I was listening to your music, but I had only one or two people say I grew up with your music, not listening, not while listening. It's a way of, you know, getting a message and having the possibility of reflecting on an issue. Which could be then now also criticized. That's good.
Yeah, because an entertainment will make people listen to the music with their bodies, where a real reggae artist, a man that come really aligned and everything and reach your heart.
Brother. Balance,
that's it. You will start to listen with your ears and your heart, and there's stuff that's going to get to you and say, hey, whoa, this is real inspiration. Like often, like, where do you think I get most of my inspiration? It's from your music, guys. I listen to the vibe, to the lyrics, and sometimes I pick up.
Bless you,
sure,
bless you,
it's a big inspiration, and that's what we got to do with each other, inspire each other. So yeah, for sure.
Give thanks, my brother.
But no, I think the way, like you said, it's just the connections are deep. Also, once you go around and like on your album, I see, you know. Like I see some reggae artists like to do albums, but not with so many collaboration with other artists. I see on your album that there's many collaboration. Like I can name you like Josie Wells, Lion D, Sugar, the great Sugar Minott. Wow, I'm gonna add his son on the legendary Sugar Minott. Excuse me, sorry, I take it back. Louis Culture, great man, Kira Roots, Jam Africa, Stitchy, Sarah, Benji, the list doesn't stop. What makes you do that kind of album with many collaboration? And what was on your mind? You like, because you're a man that likes to reach out to others, or some are more for themselves? Like, how do you explain that? Because
I will tell you. Look, if you notice, I only have one official album, and then I have many singles, 7 inches and things like this. The albums to me are really it's like a picture or a video. Now you would say a video. In the old terminology, you would say a picture, like saying something that really frames a period of your life and a journey, part of the journey, which is your entire life. But you know, that really it's like stops the time for a while and says, this is what I was, this is what I was then, this is, oh, well, when you do it, this is what I am now. Yeah. So I'm quite sure that my next album, which will soon come out, will be full of combinations, same way, because in each I've never done any combination like sitting down on the internet as you would do today, for example, or just to do it.
Yeah. How do you do it? Because do you like to have the person in studio with you? That's the other part.
I wouldn't do a combination, even if I spend time with someone, and there is not the vibe is not there. I wouldn't bother do a combination, because if I do something, you know, and we claim we are different because we deal with authentic vibes. Hey brother, it cannot be fake. I have to not only know you and meet you personally, we have to share a point of view on a particular issue, and then we will decide to write a song together on that issue, as we have done with Asante recently. So you will hear Rasta, TEWELDE and Asante Amen, maybe more than one combination, even with some brethren that we have met along the way in Spain, Lion Cite and T. Polo. Great artists, great souls, that we want to say something together. There is no money behind. There is no commercial, because we know we're not going to reach, and we don't want to go there. We don't want to reach that point, because we know what is going to happen to our message then. It would be washed away. But, you know, so we want to keep it real. We always say it, we have to do it, keep it real. So I had the honor of being not in studio, in their houses, not one day, more than one day, with everybody that you can mention. With many of them, we have shared special experiences that when you think about the music, when I listen to those songs, I hardly do it, to be honest, but when I listen to that song, those songs, I have to be prepared to live again those feelings, those days with those people, those meditation, those reasonings, as we are doing it today.
Yeah.
Exactly like this. We will, you know, we hardly forget these types of things, you know.
You don't forget.
We were saying it.
It's an encounter. It's an encounter with life, so you don't forget that.
If me and you keep meeting like this, even if it's not live, even if it's not recorded, even if it's not to broadcast, and we keep on meditating together, we may, if you are a singer, we may write a song. We may feel the need of writing a song together. You know what I mean? So this is what it happened. So behind each song there is there is a reason. To me, it's great, of course. I hope.
So that's it, because some people will do some artists will do collaboration, but it's just over the internet, and they send them the tracks and they just say, okay, you record this, you shout out this or whatever, and I
wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Even look, I've been many times to Jamaica. I had the possibility of having combinations with great artists, you know, and sometimes I was very close to do it, but the vibe was not there. And to be honest, bro, I don't need a name to be boosted up. It's, you know, their name is already big. My name is not going to boost up by those people. So if there is a vibe, yes, I would love to do it. If you are nobody, if you are a big artist, if you are the greatest artist. If the vibe is not there, you may be,
You know, you
I don't
gotta
know
be,
who to mention, but you may be, let me say Bob Marley, just because Bob
yeah.
is not here. You know what I mean? But it could be Bob. Well, it's always here. It's also behind you. I see him.
Yeah. He's always there.
You know, so it's a reason. There is a reason. You mentioned the last you mentioned. I would love to mention that, because Sarah Benji is one of the names that is, you know, nobody is familiar with it, while everybody knows Sugar Minott. But Sarah Benji, to me, is, I wouldn't say more important, but it's at the same level of Sugar Minott. But Sarah Benji, well, now we would be 20, but
And
at the time we recorded that song, Sarah was 14, something like that, and he is a youth of Shashamane, a very talented youth, as many youths in Shashamane, which, you know, well, I'm sure we will talk about this, you know.
But like I said, the collaboration becomes very important, because like you said, Sarah Benji, never heard, so I'm gonna go check now. You know, that's
you will not find, unfortunately, you will not find yet anything on the internet, because he's a youth of Shashamane, and this is the reason why I wanted him on my CD. I've started a project which not all of them, of
you're
course,
involved in a lot of stuff. You have written books too, and all kinds of stuff. And you're involved in academics and all kinds of stuff, not just music.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll try to keep it short today. Maybe we will have a next session on the academic part of it.
Yeah, we'll talk about. We'll have another one about your books and stuff. I want to get in touch with it too. So.
Great.
Yeah.
But this is, you know, let me connect the whole things that we've been saying till now with this Shashamane vibe, because, you know, it's all about being real and things. And you always say, this was my mission till few years ago. I was obsessed with it. I'm still there on it, but it's not my main focus, because the time has to come for everybody to realize and to decide and to open his heart by himself. You have to get inputs, but then you have to do it yourself, you know.
I was going to tell you before, the collaboration is good, but also you're able to eat alone. You know what you bring to the table. You know, sometimes that's always what I say. I'm not afraid to come and eat alone and be alone on YouTube, speaking my heart.
Oh,
I know what I bring to the table, and I know I'm real. So, you know, that's the good part.
Of course. Sometimes, you know, it's to add something and to give up an added value, not because of the name again.
No, it's giving strength also to others, giving strength to each other.
An added value. It's like, hey, we are sharing. It's not me alone. We're saying these things together, and it may be sweeter in the way we combine it, because we, again, balance it. Yeah. So
I love collaborations.
It's crucial. It's crucial. Yes, and as I said, you know, it's to me, you know, every time I only mention the name of Josie Wales, I remember the days with Josie Wales in his yard, in his, you know, place, or Sugar Minott. Spending time with Sugar is like learning, especially if you are in studio rewriting a song. We've been rewriting his most biggest song, you know.
Wow.
Mr. DC. We've been rewriting that, giving it a little like different touch. We don't say oh DC, don't it? We say oh Squaddy, and it has more a little ragamuffin. It's a very nice thing, but it was a big challenge for me, you know. So light skin. I wouldn't say white, but light skin. To be in studio with the great Sugar Minott, the legend, to rewrite his biggest tune. Whoa! I had to be there, you know, with my head. With
but you know, this is the thing. These moments go so fast. If you're not present, if you're not totally immersed in the moment, living in the moment, you're gonna miss the whole thing.
Of course, because it's like the fire. you know.
Yeah.
You may take even long time. Sometimes you don't take long, but sometimes you take long. You light up the fire, but then, hey, you can't turn your head. Sometimes not even for a couple of seconds. You have to be there and make the fire, you know, and blaze up the fire itinerally, as we said, you know.
That's it.
Make
It's
it
just
blaze.
make it blaze, blaze. You know,
Daily.
the burning Babylon thing. That's what it is. It's to blaze the fire out within yourself, so you're reborn from those ashes. That's what they say. Yeah? You're
Yes, my
reborn, but
brother.
you need to die a couple times in this world, I think, in order to really
Oh, you
live, to
mean
really
you need
feel
to
life, to
die?
feel the magic, to feel the magic of life.
You need to die every day, Rasta. I tell you.
Yeah.
to
Every
live
day,
forever.
dive deep and
To live forever, you have to die every day to live forever.
yeah.
It must be every day a rebirth. You know, it's not easy. You may do it before you go to your bed or as soon as you wake up. You may find, but you must find the time to give praise, and it's giving praises. You know, and meaning to be connected to yourself and to divine. That is the thing, and this is the way you can see yourself. That is the way you can see yourself.
I think the best way that's it. First of all, the best way to make your dreams come true is to wake up. It's to wake up. You're much more, the potential, and we're not talking about skills, talent, and stuff. You're not born with this stuff. You develop it as you go on in life. You're not born with a guitar in your hand. You had to craft it and, you know, perfect your skills and stuff. So, you know, it's just we have so much potential, but we stay dormant. We postpone our greatness so much. For many of us, maybe not for you because you have started young at 14.
It's the easiest thing, you know.
But I'm sure there's still times where you have those little voices, like it's an everyday thing, like you said.
Yes, my brother. Yes, my brother. Of course, it's a daily struggle, and now, you know, I've been blessed because I had the great opportunity and I still have the great opportunity because I'm so deeply connected with Ethiopia to be, you know, to be in and out. Zion, Babylon, as we would say.
What's going on with that connection? What, you can go there in and out because you have the papers and everything? You can...
Well, we don't have, at the moment, the government is considering the practical, not only the idea. The idea, it's a long time that we are considering that. But the government of Ethiopia is considering the idea of giving official papers to Rasta. Well, that is creating kind of internal discussion, official also discussion about who to give papers to. But for sure, to the so-called freeborn generation, which are those the sons and the daughters of the pioneers, of those people who decided to repatriate years ago to make their sons to be Africans born in Africa again, you know, after many years, after hundreds of years, Africans born in Africa again. So now these people, as my wife, I married one of these members of the freeborn generation, but she is still considered to be a Jamaican. These people have Jamaican passports, even though they have never seen Jamaica, because their parents wanted to leave Babylon, which was Jamaica, is still Jamaica. Some of them have forgot about that, but yeah.
I think we forgot easily pretty much everything. We go back and vote every 4 years here in Canada and US for those same dull politicians, so we forget pretty much everything.
You know, because sometimes Babylon make your reality sweet and sweeter than what it is. So you tend to forget about that. But anyway, you know, these people, it's there because the pioneers and the Rastas, and not only Rastas, the sons of the diaspora, the sons of His Majesty wanted to to be there, to repatriate, and they are still called Jamaicans. So now it's really the times are ripe to change the status of these people, because they are Ethiopians. Ethiopia is what they know. Ethiopia is what they, 100% Ethiopians.
Yeah.
Even though they are from Jamaica, their parents were from Jamaica, but we know as Rasta, we leave Babylon to go forward to Ethiopia. We leave our nationalities. That's why people in the West, it's really sometimes it's shocked. People is shocked to see Japanese racists being in Shashamane saying Haile Selassie is the Most High with no apology. People like me from Italy, settling down saying Haile Selassie called I and I from the four corners of the earth, and here we go,
Yeah.
But once you're there, you're not surprised to see all the nations together to build a new nation, to build a new race. So it's very crucial. And as I was saying, this is my blessing. This is what, that is saving me. I know it's a privileged position. I give thanks for that. I wouldn't abuse it, of course, but I am blessed because I have the possibility of being forced for the moment to come forward to Babylon, but at the same time to have always the call from Mama Africa reminding me that, hey, quick, do what you have to do, because Mama is calling you and your family forward. We don't say back. Yeah. Forward. So
life is short. So life is short. So
hey, I am afraid to say that what I used to call youths of Shasha now are getting big, and they say, TEWELDE, we were young and you used to sing, I want a one-way ticket to Ethiopia, and hey, you still do the return flight. What's wrong with that, man? But hey, everything as I said before, at the right time,
Yeah.
I'm getting older, as we said before, but I'm not that old. As let me mention people like Bunny Wailer, like Barney Spear, like these people where, hey, they are getting old.
yeah. I see it. Bunny is putting some years for sure, but he's still very vibrant. Vibrant because the heart is there, and once the heart of gold is exposed, it's
very vibrant, as you said. But brother, let me say that the last time that I've been reasoning a few times with Bunny Wailer, because again, he was a very good brother of Ja Flippins, which is one of the pioneers, which I really saw as my second father, and then he became my father-in-law. So he created this connection. I had the possibility and the blessing of sharing some nice vibes with Bunny Wailer, even recently. And last time we've been reasoning about Ethiopia, he said, I will soon come. And this soon come is a very peculiar thing that we have within Rastafari, and I said, yeah, but soon, like when? Time is life is one. Then we will see what is going on after that. But for sure, time is now. Well, and then when we say repatriation, of course, it's at different levels. Nobody says that it's possible that everybody repatriates to Ethiopia or to Shashamane. Shashamane is a quite small place, so everybody wouldn't fit there. But what we say when we say repatriation is, of course, a spiritual.
It's spiritual,
yes. First, then of course, sometimes, as I say, I think it's a long time I don't listen to the song, but as I say in the intro of the song, One Way Ticket, I say then it comes physical too. If it's a need, it becomes physical. Sometimes, then you have to be true to yourself and follow that, even though it may be difficult, as it was. Imagine the pioneers that left Jamaica. Many of the pioneers were not living Jamaica as poor people as we could imagine, they had very good backgrounds, rich and healthy families, and that was an extra reason for them to leave that what they called, considered wealth and health, and leave. And pioneers left with a bag, sometimes even without that.
Yeah.
Very young, they reached Shashamane, and the Shashamane there was nothing in Shashamane. There was no water, no electricity, no nothing, brother.
And they built it up.
They build it up, as His Majesty said, come and build a nation, as as God called us to fulfill the mission. And this is what we have to do. Some of them felt it so deeply, and so that it went physical.
It's good to talk about mission, because you look at the tree outside. The tree has a sacred mission. He's accomplishing his sacred mission. But that's what we got to do. We all have a mission. We all have something to do here. It's not just me or you. It's not me. Sometimes I often heard many are called, few are chosen. I think we're all called. It's just we're just all freaking sleeping. We're all asleep. We're all asleep. But I think many of us, we all have a good heart. It's just we're so corrupt and so brainwashed. And
it's covered. It's covered by many layers.
It's covered by many layers, man. It's
like onions. We have to be able to get to free up
one layer at a time. One layer at a time. If not, you're gonna cry.
Straight. Take your time. Sometimes there is people. I see people who cut onions like this. Yeah. It's about timing. It's a personal, and it's a physical, and it's a mental combined again. Take your time. I may cut my onion and reach the core in an hour, but Jano, I will do that slowly but surely, Rasta.
Exactly. It's not about speed. It's not about speed. It's about consistent action, and just that's gonna carry you, my friend, very far. Stand firm within yourself. And that's. You have a lot of message for sure on this album. But now I want to talk also with the tour. You're going back on tour with Asante.
Because the album is quite dated now. It's as I said, after the album, because the album came, as I was saying before, at the end of a nice journey, which I wanted to, you put a dot there and say, all right, this is what it was till that date. Now, what is coming now is what I've been from that day till today. So we should talk about this, the new combinations, the new things, because I kept many links. In fact, you will probably see Lion D, which is now David Lion.
Yeah.
A newborn David. Every time respect the brethren, you have to be, you have to be strong to do such things, because it may, we may, especially today, in a day of advertising, where historical brands get incorporated by these multinationals, and the brand change names and spin-off products and all these confusing things. To change a name would seem just a simple thing. But for an artist, and not a commercial artist, for a real artist as Lion, to change name, it means many things. And those many things, we have to discover them through listening to each and every song of his new album, future album. I'm waiting for, more songs, more everything, even more words to come out of his mouth, because I know each word will be blessed. So, so this is what I love to do, to keep connected, really, because if Jah connects us, hey, there must be a reason. And if sometimes we don't see the reason for years or for ages. Sometimes, sometimes we keep seeing the reason every day, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful to be connected, not only as you know, as Lion, as Ante, to, you know, I would say many brethren, sometimes with dreadlocks, sometimes with no dreadlocks like you, but you know, we share, you know, when you are Rasta in the music that Rasta impacted, which is reggae music, you have an extra element to share with an artist. So you see that who is not a Rasta in my combination? I would say now Stitchy, but then that was the reason why I wanted a combination with Stitchy, because everybody was saying, oh, Stitchy turned Rasta, turned Christian. He's a Christian now, he's a Christian. And now, you know how complicated, complex is the issue of Christianity and Rastafari. You know, well, to me, it's very simple. To me, it's not complex. But then the history of the movement and the tradition and the history of the movement has made it an issue. But to me, from we hail Haile Selassie, which is the defender of the faith and is a Christian king, a Christian emperor, and you know, to I is what he is. We must love Christianity and feel Christians as well. But you know, I felt the need of talking about addressing this Christianity issue. Of course, I would never support I would never support that view of Christianity which has been burned by I from ages, from the very beginning of the movement. We don't support the idea of a white Jesus Christ with blonde hair and blue eyes. Well, if it's that, it's also with black eyes and black skin and black everything, because Christ is everything and is of many colors. So we don't support the idea of that supremacy and the oppression and, you know, all that Christianity has brought to the world and to humanity. We will never do that. But of course, if my father Haile Selassie say, I sanctify myself in the Bible, I have to give a value to that. I have to consider that. And then, of course, I will choose, as we choose not to cut our hair, our beard. We choose not to eat meat, but somebody may eat meat, somebody may drink a beer, somebody may smoke a spliff, somebody may, hey, that's not our business. You know, that is not my business. I've never seen the liberty as, of course, liberty is made of those type of personal choices, but
alignment.
But it's a personal choice.
Yeah.
I can see a reason behind using ganja. I could not see a reason behind using it, and both of me's would deserve the same respect and the same time to talk and analyze in order to, again, we go back to the circle, to be true to myself. I have to challenge myself. I can't say ganja is good, for example, or repatriation is physical because you must be physical. We have to challenge ourselves, because of course, if a brethren here in Perugia where I live, there is a brethren which I consider to be like myself, a different expression, you know, but same thing. And we always talk about a reason about the need of being everywhere, to be the need of being where God wants us to be. So if I feel that I have a mission in Perugia, I have to be here and accomplish the mission because this is what I have to do. And
that's called go where the truth takes you.
Exactly. I'm not less than a brethren who lives in Shasha because that is his own call. I am not less than a brethren who lives in Scotch Pass in the Bingley community in Jamaica, because this is his call, his path. This is, you know, everybody. Yeah. But then what is nice of I, brother, is that everyone of us. Eating meat, not eating meat, drinking, not drinking, Christ, not Christ, Bible, not Bible. We follow the footsteps of our Father, of Haile Selassie, and we will eventually meet there. You know, so this is the best part of I movement. Even with its crazy or different sides, we will always eventually meet there.
And again, you just said a movement, and that's what a movement is. We will move our mind. You know, that's what we're doing, and there's a movement in the world. Of course, there's a big movement also, because we're moving the mind a lot. So, no, it's important to be part of a cause larger than yourself. And you can find your cause right where you are. You don't need to be in another country. You know, you can find your cause right where you are. I found my cause right where I was with what I had. So, you know,
brother, you can be a revolutionary within your heart.
Yeah.
And you can be a revolutionary having the need of going far to you know, to spread the message or you know, to go on with the cause. That's the same. We're still part of the same energy, man. We're still part of the same army. But the thing is now, do good. That is the thing. To recognize your brethren and your sisters, and to be strengthened by their energies and strengthen them. You know, like we always say, each one teach one. This is what we mean. This is what we mean.
That's what we need. Also, we need each other for survival. You cannot do things alone at one point, especially in music. You know what I'm talking about.
Whoa! Don't tell me. Sometimes I feel so discouraged that hey, my producer has moved. My best brother, you know, my brother is far. But hey, look what happened. This is what I told Asante, my brother. I would have never done this by myself. This tour that we had, it was a great tour. Big up to all the people that organized. Big up to all the people that came to the shows and gave us love and energy. But still, I have to say that without a brethren to battle it out together, I wouldn't have to probably in a year, in 2 years, who knows, Jah knows. What I know is that I did it now. We soon do it again, because people love that so much that they said, hey, we want you again, you know? So
second part of Coronation Tour.
Well, actually, it will be the third part, but
third part.
Yeah, because the first part was was few years ago, 3 years ago. Yeah, it
I
was
missed
in
that
Italy.
one.
It was in Italy. Yeah, it was only Campobasso, Napoli, and Perugia. Now, this is the reason why Asante and I thought about the Coronation Part 2, because Asante was here in the same period of the year, only a few years after, and somebody was asking for shows, and we said, look, let's do it again, you know. And this time also Madrid, Tenerife, and many other places came. So
which part of Italy are you from, you said?
Whoa. Well, I was born in Naples, in the south of Italy. Yeah.
Okay, south of Italy.
Yeah. But then I've been moving a lot, as we were saying before, movement of Jah people, Dread.
Yeah.
I've been moving a lot. Now I live in Perugia, which is exactly in the middle of Italy, in the center of Italy. Yeah, in between Rome and Florence. It's a nice place because you can reach very easily the north, the south, and you know.
Italy, you're right in the heart of Babylon, Rome.
What you mean, brother? I'm in the heart of. I'm in the belly of the beast.
You're in the belly of the beast, baby. And when we talk about beast and evil people, Like, we don't have to look very far. They're sometimes
Imagine.
right around us also, but there's some in the Vatican and those places and those palaces that they hide themselves behind some kind of fake stuff. Anyway,
Brother, some darkness. But I have to be honest, you know, darkness is the human power. I wouldn't say only power. I have to specify, you know, the human, what they think is power, and
the
they
love
want
for
to
power, the love for power instead of the power of love.
Yes, they have the love of power. This is the truth, and they think it's like, of course, it's at a different level, but it's like when I see people fighting, especially in some, let's say, for example, sometimes we also see in our little group of reggae environment, we see some opposition, some fights, some disputes, and I feel to laugh. I laugh at it because I just think about how ridiculous is the power we want to share. What we want to share, a cake that is not there. You know what I mean? So it's all about recognizing how small is the power that I would say. But let me include myself in this, because
I don't like the concept. Yeah, that's it. I'm like that
we
too.
think we have to fight to get our slice. No, there is no slice to get, because the cake, they ate the cake already long time ago.
They ate the cake a long time ago, people. They don't care about us.
And now they are sitting well fat, belly full, as they say in Jamaica, and they are enjoying to see the show, and the show is us fighting, poor against poor,
it's us fighting, dividing each other.
You know what I mean?
Because you go on top, that's why they control the world. They're united in their secret societies and all that. So they have we're all divided in our little, and so it's to come together, we have the power. Once we change the vibration of this planet, call it whatever you want, the world is gonna change, but it's up to each and every one of us to create a personal revolution also.
Yes, Rasta, we know that this is going viral, you know. This also
this awakening is going viral. That's what you're talking about.
But this is what I'm saying. This is what I was saying. But the awakening is I was referring to the spread of the darkness and this attitude, you know. But what I'm saying, but the awakening is going viral too.
Yeah, it's happening.
Yeah, and
because we're noticing their lies and deception more and more, we realize that there's many lies. What if everything we've been told was a lie to control us?
Brother, we're not surprised about that, to discover every day that one of the things every day, that almost each of the things that we've been taught, it was not true. Imagine, brother, as you know, that's why I say everything for a reason. I love to be born, that my flesh, this was born here, because I've been able to experience something and now take it into this movement, which was born into, you know, like with Africa and of course not in Africa, but with Africa and with African experience, you know. But I'm able to bring now a little piece of very humbly, a little piece of the puzzle, and say, hey, see if this can match somewhere. See how what my experience can add to these. And I was able to see, you know, something very special from this side, you know. And I think this is I will have a song, one of the songs that it will be in my album. It addresses this thing, which I has to see as a blessing to be born here, to be able to also talk and tell another story. I mean, the same story from a different angle. from a different perspective. You know what I mean?
But that's why people get bored with life also, and they get depressed and stuff, is when you have nothing really to work on and stay alive, and you're working on a big thing, Rasta and TEWELDE, the reggae music, uplifting other people, and you rise during that time by lifting others, and that's what we must do, lifting each other with good vibes. I just do my part, I take my responsibility. I know I have strength, but I have fears also, so I have to manage both.
But what we have to share with the people and make them understand is that you don't have to be you don't have to have a TRU-MON show or different things, 20 things to occupy your life, or to know 1 million people, to have 2 million people and likes on you. You don't have to be Rasta TEWELDE and go on stage and go and teach at the university and go to Jamaica and go to it. You don't have to do these things too. Hey, sometimes you can grow a little plant, and when you will see, if you put your efforts, your love in it, when you will see the flower coming out, brother, hey, that will bring tears to your eyes, and you will feel that you are able to bring life about, to rise above. You know what I mean?
Rise above that nonsense of YouTube.
Straight.
Sometimes life can be challenging also. I was ready to go live with you, man. I come with doing now strike on both channels. I had to move fast. You have to, that's like that, but I think...
We have to be ready. We have to to be ready for...
Always be ready for an opportunity. Even if you don't have it, it's better than have one and not be prepared. Because I was prepared. I had that screencast recording ready. I had an account already activated, because you cannot record long videos without an account. So I had that ready.
Right,
I have all kinds, but that's what you gotta, that's the structure. You gotta build a strong structure. That's what I'm talking about.
Solid foundation. Yeah. Otherwise, what kind of house we will have?
Exactly. And the tree with strong roots will laugh at the storm. So, create some things. Yes, straight and align, and, just do your best.
And then again, fake things will soon fade away. How many, also if you think about music, as you were saying, how in music it's difficult. Think about music. I know personally many, and I had the possibility of meeting many people who are called one-man tune in Jamaica. People who had one song.
One tune,
So it's like that. You maybe become so famous, so on the top. You feel on top. Nobody can make you drop. But then look, the next day there is another one-man tune behind the corner, behind you. So you better be true to yourself again and again, because otherwise you get stuck with that thing. I always think about, even sometimes to laugh and about those artists where got so famous, extra famous for very stupid things. And then
sometimes very fast. Yeah.
And people only want those stupid things from those artists because they're famous for that. So even though the artist had a serious and mature development, and he would never be bothered singing those stupid things again, but the reason why they're still performing is for those, I wouldn't say stupid, sometimes it's nice. Imagine Barrington say shiddly waddly diddly waddly diddly waddly diddly whoa. I couldn't imagine a show of Barrington without the shiddly waddly diddly whoa.
Exactly.
So sometimes you are less fortunate that you are associated to a shiddly waddly diddly whoa. Sometimes you are more fortunate, like Capleton being associated to Jaja City, but I'm sure Bob Marley, my brother, which you have there, would be so frustrated to be associated to No Woman, No Cry, my brother.
For sure. That's not his, and that's what everybody associate him with. No Woman, No Cry.
This is what I'm saying. Bob would be, and you see, he moved the phone. He's upset already. He would be so upset to go on stage, and everything people would want from him is, yes, sing No Woman No Cry. No.
It would be like, what? Are you all asleep? Look at all the songs that I have and the message in there, and rebel music. Take rebel music. Take Babylon System. Babylon System. You know, they won't play that on the radio.
In fact, brother, when Rasta artists sometimes are faced. Well, we are often faced with the requests of, hey, you sing reggae? Oh, please sing Bob Marley's song for me. Yeah. And for them, Bob Marley's song. So their faces, it's always like, which song is this? I would come up with, Haile Selassie is the chapel. Or songs like, Revolution. Those songs where people don't really know. They want Buffalo Soldier, which have a meaning, of course, but it went too far, We want more than that. Bob is more than No Woman No Cry and jamming. You know what I mean?
For sure. There's a question I wanted to ask you, and I never asked any reggae artists so far. I must have had like over 45 reggae artists on my show. Never asked that question.
Bless you.
But it came to me as an insight lately, and I'm like, I gotta ask it. Sometimes you guys go perform, okay? You go perform often in festivals, in bars, often in bars. For me, bars is low vibration. There's alcohol. There's the devil. It's the devil's place, and sometimes you're kind of stuck going to perform in bars because that's the scene available, that people are partying, and your message. So what is your best environment that you would like to, if you would have the choice, the free choice, and not
free choice?
Don't
give me free choice. I can be dangerous with free choice, brother.
I mean, without the system and all the.
To be honest, then you can decide if you want to cut this part of no. For me, is at a theater, and people should read my lyrics while I sing them.
Okay, perfect.
My free choice.
In a theater.
Choice. Then after that, we go together. We listen to dancehall. We may dance together. Okay. I don't drink, but we may drink together, right? But to my music, you don't say, sometimes then I end up doing it because of the vibe. I'm driven by the vibe, but I promise myself not to say yeah, oh, whoa, yeah, oh. We don't want that. We're not here to let you sing. Yes, if you sing, it's nice, but what are you singing about? Let's first, then we sing. But first, I tell you what is because I want people at my shows to sing, but I don't say, let's sing this together. My song is whoa, 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 whoa. What? My song is, Ghetto youth never go astray. Where there's a will, there is a way. So you said is that. So I want them to know that. Also because maybe I'm getting too used to the academic life. I teach too much. Even Azante was saying, hey, sometimes you go on stage, you're going like a professor, man. Maybe
you're like Teacher D. Yeah? You Teacher D is a teacher.
Bridget, sometimes it's like, I'm now experiencing the great thing of being father. And sometimes I would kiss my son, but I have to tell him the right words instead of pleasing him. We don't come to please people. There is so many people. There are grandfathers and grandmothers all around us, just to keep on this metaphor.
That's it.
The grandfathers and grandmothers are all over to spoil our children. So, but the father is one. So I have the response. I feel this responsibility. How many people go on stage and say, hey, let me see that you grab a woman on backshot and this and that. Okay. It's from I recognize it's not my road, my way. I'm true to myself. If I feel to say, hey, now let's talk about this. or let's approach this differently. Well, let me do it. Then some people may be bored. I don't care. You may be bored of your father, but you will love your father forever.
That's it. And there's a part also with the chant. You know, sometimes you don't want to just enchant people and put them in trance, and no, you and whisper sweet nothings in their ears.
No,
like you said,
no.
your goal would be to be in a theater where, first of all, no alcohol. People are sitting with the lyrics and hearing me sing and singing with me or whatever with the lyrics.
You know what I mean? I want to say this song is about Rosa Parks. And I want the people to don't say, hey, Rose, hey, I want the people to know who Rosa Parks is.
Exactly.
And
the message.
And to expect what I'm going to say about that, to wait for what I'm going to say about Rosa Parks now. Why TEWELDE choose Rosa Parks? You know what I mean? I don't want to come and sing about, this is what I always said. Now, we have done bars. How many bars we have been, and also, to be honest with you, my brother, it's a very serious job too, because you find many drunk people, but you may find, because where the evil is, and then and there we are more needed. This is one thing that I'm sure of. So I wouldn't, I would love to sing to you about home is where your heart is, right? But you know that. You have it here already.
I know it.
And you know that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you mentioned that. Because many of those people who are drinking the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, brethren, they have it here, but they don't remember, they don't know, or they're still on a very superficial layer of our onion. You know what I mean? So those layers, we have to go and impact those layers. But then, at the same time, as I said before, my beard is becoming quite white.
Yeah, me too.
There is time for everything. There is a season for everything. I leave the bar now to the new generation of soldiers, of lions. We are able now to carry big speakers and put it in the bar and blast it and make it, right. People will do it. People will do it.
I think there's a way to make it right even in a bar. I'm just saying it's a scene that it's not the best, but there's a way to make it right.
It's not the best because, of course, you don't want... I'm tired. I definitely don't want beer under my shoes anymore. I don't want to be in certain places at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I want to be in my bed at 5 o'clock in the morning.
That's what I'm talking about.
But at the same time, I know that many people, while I'm in my bed, are outside about to do stupid things. So if you are going to spend the night in a bar with some destructive people for your music, for your head and your soul, hey, I would love to see reggae everywhere, in every bar, my brother, in every bar, because I'm sure you wouldn't see fights over a girl. You wouldn't see people get stabbed just because you step on shoes and things like that. You wouldn't see that.
No, because look at all the big reggae festivals. You went to some big ones, I'm sure. I haven't scrutinized all the reggae festivals you've done, but there's a massive amount of people, and it's always a good vibe. There's never fights in the reggae festival, man. Never.
Because it's peace we promote. Because it's peace,
man, and then everybody's on the same vibe. You know, the reggae people is a crowd on the path of spiritual awakening.
That is the thing. Because what? Yeah. That is the foundation that we were mentioning before, the solid foundation. Yeah. And that is, it connects all the things that we've been addressing today together, because again, if your music is not based and built on solid foundation, with fade in a day or two, in a year or three, in a
because
while.
you know how we consume music, also how people consume music fast these days.
Today
We have
it's
Spotify, man, Spotify, all this. There's so many platforms. You can get so much music and so much greatness out there. Wow, boom, too much
that is.
greatness.
We
So
are
that's what happened when you're
overexposed.
an when you're an artist, you really have to be, first of all, focus on your stuff. It's not a tune once in a while. You got to put out tune and you got to put out vibes. And, the more consistency you have with your work, the more people feel it. That's what I do on YouTube. I'm there. I don't know if I'll be there again because they terminate my live stream, but I'll try to fix it. It's not,
They
I'm
can't
not.
stop you, my bro.
You can stop me in a way. They just
No
can't
way.
stop me for a few months, but I'll be back if anything.
For real.
But no, they can't stop me. That's what happened. Also, that's what I was talking to you about, the structure. Keep building a strong structure, and just reach your heart, because it's there, the heart of gold. That's what we pretty much all want to reach. And once you reach it, there's no turning back.
No way, brother. You can't
No
do
way.
that. You can't do that.
You can't do that. It's stronger than, like I say, even do this. It's stronger than me. I'm telling you, it's yeah, I do it, but it's a mission. It's like, I don't know. I opened my eyes to life, and I've realized I was lied to on everything. So I said, "Whoa!"
If going back means to reconsider your ideas, that is part of the same path. But you're still looking forward.
What happened for my experience, I woke up at 40 years old, realized that the place where I was thinking I was living on is not really what it is. So right there, I was like, whoa, why all these lies? Why are we being lied on so many levels?
Oh.
It must be to control us, to keep us from rising and waking up. And so, no, that's been a big shocker for me. And still to that day, I'm very happy to have realized that the earth was not really what they say it is, because I wake up in the morning and I have a big smile on my face. A big smile. It brings back mysteries and joy. And,
yes, my brother.
I eliminated the definitions, because that's the big thing in our life, is definition. Our reality is defined by some kind of a cultist in Babylon, and the reality is all defined. So it's to take out the definition, labels, definitions. Take these labels and definition, and look at the magic that's gonna come back in your life, and the vibration also. And I'm telling you, it's the best time to be alive, I think. I say that always.
Yes, brother. Yes, brother.
Humanity first of all.
Appreciate love, as we say. Appreciate love every day and every time,
Humanity is coming together. It's a great time also to speak our heart, to say what we have to say. We're not alone speaking. It's not only one man standing that speaking. We're not alone. We're all doing a beautiful work at coming together. So it's just to keep spreading the vibes and just connecting more. We're here to connect. We shouldn't be afraid to connect. We're here to shine and connect.
Yes, my brother.
Boom. Live and direct. Hey, thank you very much for coming here on the TEWELDE show. Like I said, I'll upload it on YouTube. It's still going to be uploaded. They can't stop me. It's just they temporarily block me from live streaming.
Keep it blazing.
But I'll come back stronger. Boom! Yeah, that's what happened. Hot, baby, hot. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to come back stronger than ever. He can't take me down. So thank you very much, everyone, for being with us. It was a great pleasure, if you listened to that interview, to be here with you and to share those vibes. It was a great like an hour and a half again.
Yeah, this is what I was saying, bro. I was saying, hey, I don't even have an idea of what time is it, how we keep it long, like 50 minutes or 15 or an hour or 2 hours.
But that's what it is when you have a good connection, good hearts talking to each other. It's timeless. The time becomes
just 1 minute. And,
exactly.
And as again, my father-in-law who used to say, TEWELDE, I will see you tomorrow. Even if it was 1 year that we knew that we couldn't have met each other for the next year, tomorrow is tomorrow. When you have this connection, time, we decide the time.
Sometimes you can have a connection with someone, not talk to them for a year, and the moment you talk to them, it's like you've been with them yesterday. And that's what I experience a lot with people. I have a guy that I asked him to make a song for me. I haven't talked to him for several months, but we connect, and the connection is there. So it's great.
Brother,
great, and
it's like you're in the next room, It's like you're in the next room.
So I'll see you tomorrow then.
Later.
Thank you very much,
Give thanks,
everyone.
brother. Give thanks again.
Give thanks.
For
Rastafari rise.
Give thanks for this opportunity. Of course, again to Rosie, which created the link. And,
big up, Rosie.
And give big up to you that you are really, really giving yourself. You feel it so good, so much that it's a responsibility, but it's not a heavy load. It's a nice load.
I love it.
The lightest and the most beautiful load that we share. So give thanks to you.
I don't do it to boost my ego or anything. It's something natural. I have to connect with reggae artists. I'm a lover of reggae music, and all my life I've been a lover. So, at one point it's just, hey, I got to do my part in this. So I started all kinds of stuff, TRU-MON Productions and all that. So we're just going to go up and up and up with this. I have big dreams, big visions, big goals, because that's what keeps me alive. So I'll keep having goals and smashing them one after one, because that at one point, it's a dream at the beginning, but you wake up each and every day after, and it's freaking goals, man, goals after goals. Don't let your dream be dreams. Live your dreams. Boom.
Yes, Rasta. Yes, Rasta.
It just cut a bit. Okay, wait. It's recording again.
Okay, so let me put the
video on. I don't know. You must have touched a button. I'm sorry. Something. I completely lost you. I'm like, yeah, that's good synchronicity. I was gonna end it there, but I wasn't gonna leave you right there. So I'm like, yeah. So that's great.
Thanks. Yes, it was a
give thanks. That's it. That was a great reasoning, and we're gonna do it again. Let me fix my stuff on YouTube and stuff, but I would like to do it again. Talk about your books and stuff, because there's many stuff that I look at. I made a sheet, but we went maybe through half of this and the stuff I wanted to bring on. So
whenever you're ready and you think it's proper to do a second part of it, be sure that I'm ready for that.
Yeah, we'll do a second part. For sure, we'll do a second part. So thank you very much. Now I can say thanks properly.
Rastafari,
give thanks. You. Rastafari rise.
I bless you, brother. Really,
thank you very much.
And truly, you will be blessed for this. Not for my thing, for what you're doing. Yes.
Rise and shine.
Highly bless.
Bless. We're up.